It's finally here, bitch. Happy Halloween! And tonight, just to end everything and finish the fucking job, we're watching Halloween Ends. That's right, the ending of the trilogy of the new Michael Myers movies. In this one, Laurie comes back and takes revenge on Michael after killing everybody she knows, and it's gotta be fucking crazy. It's 4 years later after Halloween Kills, and who knows what's gonna fucking happen. Let's take a look, and don't forget, Happy Halloween, bitch!
Today we're making love while that young boy drums.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
With your host, Freddy. Happy Halloween, bitch.
Alright, well, I may have been a bit harsh with my initial thoughts on the film. Honestly, the trilogy was great. It's just that 2018 reintroduced us to Michael and Laurie. Kills showed us how brutal he could be, and Ends showed us closure for the characters while introducing something new. I mean, with the film's font being the same as Halloween 3, I guess they were trying to imply that this one would be different. So, let's get into it. The film starts off with Corey Cunningham, a guy who's stuck babysitting a bratty kid on Halloween. And this is 1 year after the events of Halloween Kills. They don't seem to get along all that well, and the kid locks Corey in the attic as a prank. Panicked, Corey kicks the door open, which hits the kid, causing him to fall 3 floors down to his death just as his parents come home. After the opening credits, Laurie recaps the original movie and what happened in 2018 and Kills. Like I said, it's been 4 years since the last movie, and Haddonfield has tried to heal, but it's plagued with Michael's infectious evil, causing more death even in the Shape's absence. Laurie and Allison have also been trying to live normal lives since then. We meet back up with Corey, who has been trying to bounce back after the accident. He was acquitted of the charges and now works at a scrapyard with his stepdad. At a gas station, Corey gets bullied by these high school kids, which causes him to fall and cut his hand open on broken glass. Laurie shows up and runs the kids off, and then takes Corey to the hospital to get stitched up. There, he meets Allison, who works as a nurse under Dr. Mathis, a douchey playboy. He was actually the boss of Marcus and Vanessa from Kills. The two of them hit it off immediately, and Allison takes Corey to a bar that Lindsay runs for a Halloween party. It goes well for a bit, until Corey runs into the mom of the kid who died, and he runs out of there. Allison tries to stop him, but they get into a fight, and he gets attacked by the high school kids yet again. This time with him falling off a bridge. The kids get the hell out of there, and Corey gets dragged into the sewer by Michael, who apparently has been hiding down there for years. Corey wakes up confused and wanders around in the sewer, where he's suddenly grabbed by Michael. And then he proceeds to unlock some kind of dormant evil in Corey as he looks into his eyes. At least that's what I think is happening. From here, Corey changes. As he leaves the sewer, he kills a homeless guy, and then he goes out with Allison. She tells him that she wants to get out of Haddonfield, and Corey tells her that he'll burn it down. So yeah, he's starting to change mentally, I think. As they're talking, one of the Haddonfield sheriff officers comes over, which happens to be an ex of Allison. Also, it's a grown-up version of one of those Mulaney kids from Kills. Jealous that Allison has someone new, he follows Corey back to the sewer where Michael kills him. It's a weird moment where they actually team up on the guy, and Michael doesn't even attempt to kill Corey. They team up to kill the Mulaney guy. It's weird. And this is one of the 3 kills that Michael does in the movie. Meanwhile, Dr. Mathis takes home one of the nurses from his office and plans on fucking her. But Corey and Michael have other plans. They show up to the house, and Corey kills Mathis as Michael goes after Deb, pinning her to the wall, just like Bob from the original movie. Again, it's really weird that Michael won't kill Corey. Instead, he's like doing some kind of Batman and Robin type thing with him, and he's like teaching him his ways. After that, Corey takes Allison to the radio tower that we all heard so many theories about. Well, here it is. I guess we're going to find out what the significance is. As they're talking, Corey tells her that it's where he used to go to clear his head after the accident. Oh, so yeah, there's nothing more to it than that. All this hype for the radio tower, and it's just like a throwback to where he used to go to clear his head. When they get down, they get confronted by the radio DJ, who's a real asshole. And yeah, Corey's like, I'll remember you, bitch. Finally, it's Halloween. Laurie confronts Corey and tells him to stay away from Allison, as she sees a lot of Michael in him. He doesn't take that well and decides that she needs to die. So Corey calls Allison and says they need to leave Haddonfield immediately. And here's where one of the stupidest scenes in the movie happens. So Corey goes back into the sewer and wrestles Michael to the ground to steal his mask. And he doesn't even put up a fight, like, at all. They really make Michael look like a bitch in this one. But I guess their excuse is he never fully healed from that mob beating in the last movie. Also, he's been down there in the sewer, where like his wounds are probably infected and shit, so maybe he's just really weak. I don't know. I mean, the guy's like 65 at this point, so who really knows? But back to that Mulaney kill. Whenever he stabbed the Mulaney guy, he started shaking a lot, like it was energizing him, like he was getting his power from killing someone. So, yeah. Following this, Corey goes full-on Michael mode. He lures those asshole kids to the scrapyard where he works, and wrecks their shit pretty bad. One kid gets a drumstick to the eye. One girl tries to hop a fence but ends up getting run over by a truck. Another girl gets her head bashed in. And finally, the leader of the group gets a blowtorch to the fucking mouth. Damn, Corey's taking all the good kills in this one. Oh yeah, and he also killed his mom. And the radio DJ, because he bashed his head in and cut his tongue off. A little while later, we get the final battle. And it's not what we think. So Laurie's at home and plans on killing herself for Allison running away with Corey. But it's just a ploy to trick Corey, who shows up to kill her. Corey walks in the room and she shoots him, causing him to fall off a balcony. And then, knowing that he can't have Allison in the end, he stabs himself in the neck, just as Allison walks through the door. This makes it seem like Laurie killed him, and Allison freaks out. Because, at this point, she has no idea what Corey has become and hasn't been around for any of the killing. So then, she just drives off in anger. This is when the real Michael shows up, puts his mask back on, and finishes the job that Corey started. He goes after Laurie, and it's a pretty uneventful fight, to be honest. They kind of beat the shit out of each other a little bit, and then Laurie ends up pinning Michael to the table with kitchen knives. Michael breaks free and chokes her, and Laurie seems to just accept it. But then, all of a sudden, realizing that her grandmother was right, Allison returns to save her. They double-team Michael, hold him down, and slit his wrist and throat, letting him bleed out. After Michael's done bleeding to death, Hawkins arrives with the rest of the sheriff's department, who take Michael to the scrapyard. Then, they ceremoniously have the whole town watch as Laurie throws his body into a shredder, killing him once and for all. In the end, Laurie finally finishes writing a book she was writing throughout the movie, and Allison says goodbye to Haddonfield. The end. Well guys, at first, I hated it, because I expected a lot more Michael and way less Corey. However, I see what they were trying to do. 2018 and Kills were about Michael returning to wreak havoc on Haddonfield. Ends was more about closure and Laurie finally besting the boogeyman. But I will say the whole Corey subplot was confusing. I guess it was to show that Michael's evil was contagious and that everyone has evil within. Honestly, I thought he was going to be the new Michael going into the next movie, but apparently not. And another problem I had was that they killed Michael off completely. How in the hell can they do that? The Akkad specifically said no one could ever kill him off, and yet, here we are. But with that being said, this is just another branch of the Halloween timeline. We can't be mad about it, and it's definitely not the last one. This is just one story, and it's the end of Laurie's journey. I can already tell you in like 5 to 10 years we'll get another one, so just be calm. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this one, and have a happy Halloween.